But with the foot injury, honestly, it's much tougher, no? Because you go every day.
2022 was an injury-laden year for the 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal. At the Wimbledon tournament, he came back to the game from the brink of retirement because of a foot injury. After that, he was hit by rib stress fracture, and later, he had to withdraw from Wimbledon because of an abdominal tear. Despite his injuries, Rafael Nadal managed to win the Australian Open and the French Open before reaching his third consecutive Wimbledon semi-final this year. After his withdrawal from Wimbledon 2022, he told the expected date of his return, as he was sure that in 3 to 4 weeks, he'll be able to come back to the game. Now, we have good news for the fans of Rafael Nadal. Recently, photos of Rafael Nadal practicing for the next tournament are circulating all over the internet. In this video, we will talk about the recent news regarding Rafael Nadal and when his appearance is expected in tennis. And then we'll talk about what the year 2022 was for Rafael Nadal. Rafael Nadal is back. Rafael Nadal has been busy training at his tennis academy in Mallorca in preparation for the US Open, having recovered from the injury that ended his Wimbledon run. Nadal, who won the Australian Open and French Open earlier this year to add to his incredible tally of Grand Slam singles titles, had to withdraw from his Wimbledon semi-final against Nick Kyrgios due to an injury. The 36-year-old is now aiming for a third major title this season at Flushing Meadows, which would bring his Grand Slam singles tally to 23, and he has shown progress in his recovery from this latest injury. Photos of him training hard in front of fans on the hard courts at the facility that is as close to those in New York as possible have been posted on his Rafael Nadal Academy social media accounts. "Back to work" was the simple caption for the photos, which show Nadal on track to make his latest comeback from injury at the season's final Grand Slam, which begins on August 29th. Rafael Nadal made reservations. It is not just the pictures that have shown that Rafael Nadal is back on the court. In fact, Eugene Lapierre, tournament director of the Canadian Open, has confirmed that Rafael Nadal will compete in the ATP Masters 1000 event. Eugene said, "He's made hotel reservations and asked us to send him a case of the tournament balls," Lapierre explained. "He should be back in the gym on Monday." After his withdrawal from the Wimbledon event, Rafael Nadal revealed that he will be back on schedule in a month, and it appears that the 22-time Grand Slam champion remain on schedule. And he has made his return on time. What Alex Corretja has to say about the comeback of Rafael Nadal. Eurosport's Alex Corretja previously said he felt happy that his compatriot made a wise decision when he withdrew from the Wimbledon event, because he thought that it would not have been possible for Rafael Nadal to play the semi-final, keeping in view the extent of his injury. But after hearing about the comeback of Rafael Nadal and knowing that he has already started practicing for the US Open title, Alex thinks that it is important for Rafael Nadal to take a rest. "It's unfortunate, yes, but honestly, it is expected," Corretja said. "I know he thought so hard to beat Taylor Fritz, but he tried, and he realized that he had no chance to compete at the highest level to beat Kyrgios. I know it's difficult for him to make the decision, but I think it's a smart decision, because if you can't play at your top level, it's almost impossible to win the slam." Why does Alex think that Rafael Nadal should not be practicing? Does he not want to see him win another Grand Slam title? The only concern of Alex is the health of Rafael Nadal. He thinks that the most important thing for Rafael Nadal should be to recover and time some time off the game. Because if he gets another tough injury again, then talking 3 or 4 months off the game would be devastating for him. This would badly affect his mind and his goals for the year. He also said, "We have always supported Rafa, especially now, and it is unfortunate. I'm sure he would have retired if he knew he wouldn't be able to play in the semi-final, but he didn't, and he believed he had a chance." What 2022 was for Rafael Nadal. The ATP 250 tournament in Melbourne kicked off the 2022 Rafael Nadal tennis season on January 3rd, 2022. Includes Nadal's best ATP Tour season, started when he won his first 20 matches and 3 titles including the Australian Open. It was also his first career season, and he won the first 2 majors of the year, completing the Australian-French title double. As a result, Nadal broke a tie with Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic for the first time in history, becoming the first man to win a 21st and 22nd Grand Slam singles title. It seems like Rafael Nadal has collected a record 22 Grand Slam titles, but his 2022 was plagued with injuries. At first, he suffered from a chronic foot injury. In May 2022, just ahead of the French Open, Nadal's foot injury flared up as he was knocked out from the Italian Open. Back then he said, "I had my foot again with a lot of pain. I'm a player living with injury and it is nothing new. It is something that is there. Unfortunately, my day-to-day is difficult. Honestly, even like this, I am playing, but sometimes it is frustrating because I cannot practice like normal." During the French Open, the injury made it difficult for Rafael Nadal to play the tournament, but he brought his doctor to Paris and tried very hard to play the game, and in the end, his efforts were successful. Despite the chronic injury, the Spaniard lifted the trophy. He played the tournament by taking anesthesia injections daily to numb the pain in his foot. After the win, he said, "I had my doctor with me, and I don't know how to say in English the thing we did, but we played with no feeling in the foot. With a painkiller injection on the nerve of the foot was asleep, and that is why I was able to play." Nadal also said that he does not want to miss Wimbledon. He will try to burn the nerve a little bit so that his foot will feel better. If that thing does not work, then he will go with the injury. Later on, the method was successful and Rafael Nadal participated in the Wimbledon event. The Spaniard was successful in reaching the quarter-final of the event. At this time, he was suffering from an abdominal injury, but somehow he managed to play and even win the match. No doubt, he is a legend. But the injury did not allow him to play the semi-final against Nick Kyrgios, so he withdrew from the tournament. Nick Kyrgios withdraws from the Atlanta Open. Let's give you a quick update about the tennis world. Due to a knee injury, 2022 Wimbledon finalist Nick Kyrgios had to withdraw from the ongoing Atlanta Open at the last minute. He's still hoping to compete in doubles. In the singles draw, the Australian has been replaced by Adrian Manarino. "I'm devastated that I won't be able to compete tonight. All I wanted to do was come out here and put on a show for you guys," according to Nick Kyrgios. The Spaniard will be playing the Canadian Open, which begins on August 8th in Montreal, and Nadal is expected to compete in the Cincinnati Masters the following week, before wrapping up his North American tour with the US Open at Flushing Meadows on August 29th to September 11th. We hope that these tournaments would be lucky for Rafael Nadal, and no injury comes in his way to win another Grand Slam title this year. This was all from the video. Hope you all liked it. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. See you soon with another video on another topic.